Am I the a-hole for sitting in the front seat with my friend and telling his GF to sit in the back? Am I the a-hole for reiterating my house rules to my in-laws? Am I the a-hole for criticizing my friend for judging my BF's OBGYN career path? Am I the a-hole for sitting in the front seat with my friend and telling his GF to sit in the back? We were heading somewhere with my friend and his GF, and I called shotgun and ran in front of her and took the passenger front seat. My friend said we're not doing shotguns and the front seat only goes to his GF or his grandma when either of them is present, and that even his mom gives up the front seat out of respect for the GF and their relationship. I said I don't care about the overdramatic stuff. I'm sitting in the front. He told me I either go to the back or he's not taking me. His car, his rules. His GF stood there silent the whole time, but I could tell she was annoyed. I felt awkward, and when I feel awkward, my brain freezes, and I told his GF to go sit in the back and let this drama go. I sat in the front and told my friend to get in and drive. He told me to get out of the car and find another way to get myself to our destination since I have no respect. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for reiterating my house rules to my in-laws? My husband and I take our shoes off in our house. Every time my mother-in-law has visited our house, she has found a way to walk through the house in her shoes. She is not just forgetting, she is making conscious decisions. I won't go into detail, but it's not just forgetfulness. The last time she was in our house was 2 years ago, Thanksgiving. She purposely walked through the living room in shoes. She hasn't been back to our house due to the pandemic, but even before COVID, I was adamant with my husband that I would have a serious discussion with her before she could come in again. The in-laws want to come for Thanksgiving this year. I sent them a message reiterating that they need to follow this house rule or we will be meeting them in hotels and Airbnbs from now on. Here's an excerpt, included since tone is important. I have to remind everyone that we take our shoes off in the house. No exceptions. That means every single time you wear shoes outside, no shoes inside. I will have a chair by the door so you can sit to put your shoes off and on. 99% of our guests respect this rule. And I hope I can have a stress-free Thanksgiving knowing that my guests respect the one house rule that I ask them to follow. Last Thanksgiving we hosted, I felt I had to be constantly vigilant, and that is stressful and means that I don't enjoy the holiday with my in-law family. I hope to have a peaceful, stress-free holiday and that we can continue to invite guests into our home. If not, we will need to meet people who wear shoes in our home at Airbnbs and hotels and not in our home. They told my husband they feel unwelcome now. Husband and brother-in-law say I was abrasive and aggressive. I was genuinely trying to assert my house rules without being mean. I do struggle with expressing myself, and I do want a respectful relationship with my mother-in-law. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for criticizing my friend for judging my BF's OBGYN career path? I, 30 female, have been dating my BF, 31 male, for about 2 years. In that time, he finished his OBGYN residency training and began working at a private practice. We have a very happy relationship with great communication and we're heading towards engagement. I recently caught up with a college friend, 29 female, who I hadn't talked with in a while. I'm not on social media a lot, so people who I haven't kept up with often don't realize I'm with my BF, especially because we started dating right before the pandemic and haven't traveled together for weddings or anything. When I told my friend that my BF was an OBGYN, she said, OMG, are you serious? He looks at vaginas all day. Doesn't that make you insecure that he does that for a living? I asked her what she meant. She said, do you ever wonder if he's judging yours? Or do you get jealous that he looks at other people's vaginas constantly? I was super angry when I heard this. For one, that makes him sound pervy and unprofessional. He does look at vaginas for medical reasons and is always completely professional with his patients. Second, I really resented the implication that our relationship is lacking or that I have a reason to be insecure about his faithfulness to me. Third, I think this reasoning is sexist and no one would ask that if I was dating a female OBGYN. I responded, that's actually really messed up that you said that. It makes me angry and I'm going to stop this conversation now. And then I hung up the phone. She hasn't reached out to apologize. I'm now wondering if I overreacted. I feel bad. Reddit, am I the a-hole for calling her out like this?